Coming up now, event 5, the Division 2 Production Sedan Invitation. And the 73 car is Bob Urban, making a welcome return to the Speedway. 26 is Glenn Durham. 54 Mark Stansfield. 39 Alan Northcott. 86 Tony Eccleston. 61 Gary Lawrence. 50 118 20. 118 is Annette McEwen, back in her own car with a new set of sponsors. Logan Unit sponsoring her now. 20 is Terry Parker. And one other car, a little late in arriving. The other car, 03, is Terry Landers. Now, Terry not having a great deal of success in getting the car fired up at the moment. Alan Garfoot in the 50. Okay, now we should be set. The Division 2 Production Sedan Invitation. And away they go. A bit of a crowd of cars going into turn number 1 for the first time, but they look to have all negotiated it safely okay. And our race lead has been taken by the 26 Tirana of Glenn Durham. Hotly pursuing him at the moment in the red Tirana number 39 is Alan Northcott, looking to work round the outside of him. Can't, yes. Having another shot on the outside as Durham's down low. Northcott looking for the highway round at the moment, and he might get around the outside of Durham here. Let's see what he can do. Up high, round the outside he goes. Northcott on the outside, scraping the concrete as he goes around. And this has allowed Mark Stansfield to move a little closer. Now Glenn Durham struck a bad one there as he went into turn 3, and this allowed Northcote to go past him. Mark Stansfield moves quickly into second place, and now these two are going to have a ding-donger out in front. It's Alan Northcott in the red Tirana 39, and look at Mark Stansfield in the black Tirana 54, putting the pressure on him at the moment. Down the back straight away and past the Newcastle star timer. It's still Alan Northcott in the lead from Mark Stansfield, who's trying to climb in his boot there at the moment as they come out of turn 4. Alan Northcott and Mark Stansfield running 1 and 2 at the moment. You're going to get the rest of them because this is only a 5-lap sprint. It's going to be one of these two that wins. Who's going to give in? Alan Northcott has the lead. Mark Stansfield's throwing everything at him at the moment. He can't find a chink in Northcott's armour though, and Northcott's holding on desperately to this lead. Mark Stansfield in second place. Northcott, Stansfield, 1 to go. They've fought a great duel once they shook off the early leader, and now Stansfield's pouring the pressure onto him. Gives him a little tap to let him know that he's there. Looks for the inside dive as Northcott got up a bit high, and Gary Lawrence is chipping in too with only 500 metres left to go. Coming down to the checkered flag, it's going to be a win though to the 39 car of Alan Northcott. 54 Mark Stansfield, 61 Gary Lawrence, 20 is Terry Parker. Then comes the 73 car of Bob Irwin, 03 Terry Landers. The next car to finish is 50 Alan Garfoot. The last car home is 86 Tony Eccleston. 1 minute 52.038. 152.038 for the Division 2 Production Sedans, and although it took us a while to get them fired up, we certainly had a great race on our hands, and a round of applause for Alan Northcott as he does his lap of honour. 39 Alan Northcott, Tirana first. 54 Mark Stansfield in the Tom Hurd Motors Tirana second. 61 Gary Lawrence in the budget renter truck Monaro was third. And 20 Terry Parker in the the Beresfield Spares Datsun was fourth. 1:52.038 for event 5, heat 1. We now move to event 5, heat 2.
Ian Cotton in the 44. Coming up in the 21 is Brian Butler. That's nicely prepared, that car of Cotton's. The Tubemaker Supply Centre car of Butler, and then the car number 4 on this occasion is driven by the mighty Max Fitzpatrick. Car number 20 is driven by Gordon Cox. Both about the same size, both these fellows, both overweight. 78 is John Maslin, 72 is Jimmy Morris. Car number 50, car number 50 on this occasion is John Bartlett. Car number 69, Pat Heyman, and at the rear of the field is John Fenwick. Heyman in the 69 and Fenwick at the rear of the field. And this isn't such a bad lineup of second divvy cars either, I'll tell you. Some pretty hotshot drivers out there. And I'm plugging for my old mate Max Fitzpatrick in this one. A really great little bloke is Max. One of the finest young blokes you'd ever wish to meet, I'll tell you. Go. Cotton away from Bauer. Look at Jimmy Morris right around the outside there. He may use it. Whop! We've got a car into the fence there. And that looks like Heyman, and we've got trouble. We've got trouble as Heyman went straight into the fence. Heyman, the car into the fence. And we'll have a complete restart. That's Ian Cotton in the 44. Brian Butler in the 21. Stu Robertson, Max Fitzpatrick in the 4. Gordon Cox in the 20. John Maslin in the 78, Jimmy Morris in the 72, John Fenwick in 32, and John Bartlett in the 50. With the car in trouble is Heyman in the car number 69. Six, 8 cars left in this Divvy 2 event, Heat 2. Down they come, and it's a really good lineup of drivers here. Away they go. Butler scoots away, and this time Gordon Cox went with him, and Jimmy Morris wasn't so fortunate, although he did get up into 3rd place, but it's Butler the leader. Morris trying to get up on the inside of Cox as they go down the straightaway, and the little Mini is winning the battle too as they go into the corner. A long way back then, the rest of the pack, but here's Fitzpatrick out of the pack now, but the leader is Butler away from Morris, followed by Cox. Then comes Fitzpatrick from Maslin. Behind him comes John Fenwick, followed by Bartlett and Ian Cotton in that order. Jimmy Morris has pushed the little Mini along, and he's done it well. Dived in underneath Butler here, and this little Mini's really starting to put together a string of wins, I'll tell you. And Jimmy Morris handling it well. Morris from Butler, followed by Gordon Cox, then Maslin from Fenwick, followed by Fitzpatrick and Bartlett, and Cotton in trouble in the tail of the field. But down under the start timer they go, and there's only 2.5 to run. And it's Morris the leader. Morris away here from Brian Butler, followed by Gordon Cox and John Maslin. Down the straightaway, Morris, Butler, Cox, Maslin, then Fenwick from Fitzpatrick, and Bartlett in that order. Bit of a scramble there. Maslin went high, allowing Fenwick to. By Joe, good driving by Fenwick. Got right in underneath Cox there too. Got into 3rd place and all. But it's Morris with 1 to go. Morris away from Butler, followed by John Fenwick coming from the rear of the field. Then coming Gordon Cox from Maslin, followed by Fitzpatrick, and last of all is Bartlett. But Morris is absolutely streeting them. Down the straight away he comes, and he's a good winner, Jimmy Morris. But the drive of the race, I think, belonged to John Fenwick. He came from last place to third. Brian Butler is second. Then comes Cox from Maslin, followed by Bartlett on the inside of Fitzpatrick. Well, Jimmy Morris absolutely streeted the opposition, but I do feel the drive of that race belonged to Johnny Fenwick, coming from last place in the grid to get home into third spot. Morris first, Butler second, then came Fenwick, behind him Cox, Maslin, then Bartlett and Fitzpatrick, and the time 1:40.411.
Yes, 72, Jimmy Morris in the Jack Jones engine reconditioning Mini. That's the former Paul McHugh Mini, before Paul stepped up into the Ford Pantera. So congratulations goes to Jimmy Morris, got it going well. 21, Brian Butler in the Tube Makers Supply Centre Commodore was second. 32, John Fenwick in the High Range Porsche was third. 20, Gordon Cox, the Beresfield Spares Datsun was fourth, and 78, John Maslin in the O'Brien Smash Tirana was fifth. 1:40.411.